Good afternoon, adventurers. So we are back once again at the Brooklyn Park. I'm gonna go walk down the second trail that we took the kids down originally. We came to a stream and I didn't really want them to jump the stream. Now I'm not just taking video of me walking down trails every day. There is a purpose to this video. I wanted to change the settings on the GoPro. I took video the other day and I edited it with the one with the kids was edited and I posted it, and I was looking back over it and I was not that impressed. Now I considered that maybe it was the software that I was using to edit the video, but I checked the raw footage and everything seemed to work out just fine before I posted it to YouTube. And somewhere between the upload, the video quality changed, or maybe the settings on my camera on the video itself were not appropriate for YouTube. Because when I went to watch it back on my TV, now I have a 4K TV, so you would think that it could handle the video no problem, but something about it, I don't know, it was like grainy and pixelated and it just wasn't looking that good. Now at the moment, there's another video that I made and I'm in the process of editing it, where I was walking in the sunlight down the trail, and I haven't seen that one yet, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. But both of those videos, just for reference point, I shot those videos in 2.7K, I believe it was 60 frames per second, with a wide field of view. I had Pro Tunes turned off, so it was basically, you know, auto camera settings only. And that is the video you'll get if you basically pop the box open and turn the video on and start going. And I took a look at some YouTube videos of people recommending different settings and other stuff. So today I am videotaping in 1080p. Now that is still high definition, so the picture should be really good. I'm doing 60 frames per second and I turned Pro Tunes on. Now Pro Tunes supposedly is going to put more image data into the file so the picture will come out cleaner, and it gives me the option to change some settings from the auto settings that the GoPro gives you. So I changed, so original videos I shot in 4:3 aspect ratio. That's full screen. And I don't know why I did that, because I definitely wanted to go widescreen with 16:9 aspect ratio. But for some reason I missed that setting and I was shooting in full screen. Also, the wide field of view gives me that fisheye effect, and I didn't really care for it. I think that in widescreen, it's going to show the same amount anyway, and the wide field of view is unnecessary. So I put it into linear, which is basically you see what I see, and that is it. So the last setting that I fooled with was the ISO. Now, I don't know what ISO stands for. I'm not that into cameras or computers, but from what I can gather, it has to do with the camera's auto correction and how far you'll allow it to modify the video based on light circumstances. And the factory settings for maximum ISO is 1600, which means that in low light, it changes your video drastically, not for the better. From all the reviews that I've read, that is way too high, and I went with 800 for this video. I can go lower, but we'll see how it comes out. I mean, honestly, I'm not planning to shoot video at night, so I don't need my ISO up that high. And yeah, so we're gonna walk this way. I'm gonna put you into time lapse, and you're gonna see what I see, and let me know what you think. All right? So I was walking down the trail and I came to these signposts. I wasn't really sure what they were until I came up to look at it. And this must be a walking trail for kids. Maybe the schools come down here, but it is a description of the tree that I am standing in front of and some facts. So this is a musclewood tree. I assume that's this one right here. I don't know why else they would put it in front of me. Or maybe it's the one here with the blue mark. It's really hard to tell. And yeah, you know what? I think this is it right here, because I'm looking at the description, and it's known for its interesting bark, mature fruits, and fall foliage. The musclewood has a smooth, sinewy, contoured appearance. And that's what that looks like to me. There's actually another one over here. Let's see what this one says. Oh, okay. So this is about chipmunks. I think they need to come out and clean these a little bit. Hard for me to read. I'm sure it's hard for you to read on the camera as well. But yeah, interesting little signposts around the trail. Well, let's keep going. So we continue walking, and I've come to another one of those plaques. Actually, I see a couple of plaques up here, so we're gonna walk that way and see what they say. But this one is for a dogwood tree. I'm not sure which one is the dogwood, because they don't have it clearly marked like they did with the other one. But let's keep walking. See what this sign says. I see a lot of things up here. There's like a little area for people to sit down. I'm sure we're right behind the Brooklyn Elementary School over there. That's where that path goes. So I'm sure that this is probably a nature walk. Oh, that one has nothing on it. I'm sure that this is probably a nature walk for the school kids. And they probably come out here and sit on the benches, and the teachers talk about nature. Bird blind. That must be what this is up here. They must come up here and look through the little peepholes and see if they can see any birds out there. Of course, it's winter now, so all the birds, well, most of the birds, have flown south for the winter. So I doubt you'll see anything right now here. right, so this is interesting. We've come out and we've intersected with another trail. I mean, you can see the blue markers up behind me, and then there's some more blue markers down that way. And I definitely saw a red marker on a tree over there, so I know I was on a trail. And I don't know, I don't know where these trails go to. So I know the school is up that way. I think we're gonna head back that way, because I don't know, that one looks like it's going over to a farm or a trucking facility. I'm not sure. We're gonna hike uphill and see where that brings us. Whew. Uphill is definitely a lot harder. So I'm following this trail. I mean, it clearly looks like a trail, or it could be a river, like a stream that comes through here in the spring. But now that I'm looking at it, I mean, I see these blue markers and they're kind of off into the woods. Those may not be trail markers. Those might actually mark the boundary of whatever wildlife preserve this is. Those might be the park boundaries, but I still say this looks like a trail. Clearly, I don't know when they come out and maintain these trails, or if they don't maintain them that often, maybe once a year, who knows. But yeah, there's a lot of trees down. This trail is definitely a lot more overgrown and less traveled than the one we were on the other day. And yeah, I think if this is an official trail, then they might want to come out and repaint the markers, because this is a lot harder to follow than the trail we were on the other day. Let's continue up this way. Okay, so we have once again come to another confusing split in this trail. I think the blue markers were definitely trail markers because they crossed the trail a couple times, and trail ends up going up there to the elementary school. However, it's very hard to notice, but there is this small trail right here behind me that goes that way along the woods, and I do see a very faint blue paint spot on a tree up there. So I think we're going to take a walk down this way and hopefully we'll be able to find our way. See that? That is a very faded blue trail marker. All right, so I'm not exactly sure where we looped around because I didn't notice the trail we walked off onto, but we ended up back here at the nature area for the kids. Past the bird blind over here, and we got the seating here, and now we're just going to continue following this trail. I believe I might see if there's another trail over that way. But yeah, I think we're just walking back along the original trail we were on, and we're gonna end up back at the park where we were. That was definitely a much more aggressive trail than the one we walked the other day. This one crosses streams that you have to step on rocks to get over, And there's I mean, it's not mountainous uphill, but there is some uphill sections that for a beginner walker is challenging. Yeah, I would call this a challenge for anyone my age, my weight, and having only done 3 walks in the last week. You know, that uphill was tiring for me. So let's go check out over here, and then we'll continue back to the park where we started. That looks like a trail to me. In fact, I see another sign and another bench. Let's go check it out. Okay, so we came down here and there is a bench right down here, along with what looked like an old family photo. And the bench has an inscription on it. In memory of our sister Carol, sing it one more time like that, 2005. Now, I noticed what looked like very, very faint paint marks on a tree here and a tree back here. But if you look around, I mean, if there was a walking trail here, it was not maintained and has long since become overgrown. So, while this is a very pretty spot to stop and sit on this commemorative bench and look out at this small pond, I think that we're gonna have to go back to where we were and cross over to the other side of this pond and continue walking back on the trail that we came in on. Goodbye, Carol's Bench. All right, so there it was. That was the second hike, the other trail that we started to go down and turned around on. I would say there's no signs, so I'm not sure how far that was, but I have a feeling we passed by a field trail sign on the other trail the other day, and I think that if you were to start way out there, come down the trail we did the other day, and then this one, and come around again, I would say that that is probably the 4-mile trail that is here. And that didn't take us too long. Let me check my clock here. Hour and a half maybe. I'm actually feeling pretty good. That was a good walk for me, and I still have plenty of time, so I'm gonna go walk the other trail again and do what I assume to be 4 miles, but I will catch you on the other side of that trail, because I'm not going to make you watch that whole thing again in fast forward. Unless, of course, I run into something really interesting that I think you need to see. I will talk to you in just a second. All right, guys, so that was it. I think I just hiked 4 miles, and I'm feeling pretty good. So, to put that in perspective, I could have hiked around that round track 16 times to get 4 miles. And I'm pretty sure by the 4th time I would have been bored out of my mind. But instead, I had a nice walk through the woods. I got to see pretty scenery, and you know, the hills go up and down, so I think it's actually a better exercise to walk through the woods than around the track. And I had a lot of fun doing it. So for those of you who hang in there until the end and watch through the whole thing, I thank you very much. And if you want to continue watching, please hit that subscribe button, help out the channel. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below for me in the comments. And give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Let me know how you thought the video quality was compared to the other videos, because I'm still messing around with the settings. I have a few things else that I could change, but basically I want to put out the best video quality that I can. And hopefully we'll get out and go to other places than just Brooklyn Park. I know I've been walking around here. It just happens to be local for me, and while I'm playing with the camera, it's a good testing ground. Also, if I'm doing daily walks, I don't want to drive too far away to do it every day. But yeah, I think I will probably not be bringing the kids along on that walk that we just took out past the school. That was quite aggressive for little kids. But the smaller 1.2 walk is definitely a possibility. I wouldn't have a problem bringing them out on a weekend. Give us plenty of time to walk the trail. And yeah, so remember to hit that subscribe button, give me thumbs up, leave me comments. Thank you for watching. This has been my little adventure. Now it's your turn. Go on out, find your own adventure, and I'll see you next time.